What's good, y'all, man? We are back for yet another video. Let's get right into it.
When a full cosmic energy activation come online, people will receive powers. Okay, contrary to what you think, this is true. Now, I explained several times that our ancestors already had abilities. In transcendental states of consciousness, I have seen a timeline where we will receive and tap into our godlike powers. It is going to be a time where we unlock these abilities. All these characters, literally, every single comic book character was named after the powers that our ancestors actually had. The god Thor, who they depict in Marvel Comics, as the god of thunder and things of that nature, his story was actually taken from Shango, okay? And Shango actually did carry an axe. He wielded an axe, and he had the powers to manipulate electricity, thunder, as well as fire. We all love Storm, okay? This lovely character Storm that manipulate the weather. He actually really did exist, but her name was Oya, okay? This is another Orisha that actually had the powers of wind and electricity, okay? And another power that Oya actually did have is almost like Rogue, okay, how she can take powers, because when she actually kissed Shango, she actually did have the ability of retrieving his powers through that kiss. Character Aquaman, and we all grown to love and become accustomed to, who's basically the king of the seas. That story was actually stolen from the mother of the Orishas, Moja. Moja had the powers to manipulate the wind, the water. She had telepathic communication with the waters and creatures of the sea. These Orishas actually did exist. These are our ancestors. Character that they depict as War Machine is no other than Ogun, okay? Ogun actually created weapons, all right? Basically like how they show Tony Stark's, but I use War Machine because he's melanated, okay? But you get the point, okay? Now Ogun actually had technology where he can go to the future. Ogun was nice with it. He wasn't just making melee weapons. He had missiles and all kind of technology, because these guys were multi-dimensional, and he had Stargate technology. So that when you see War Machine, Tony Stark's and all that, they basically commemorating Ogun. There's other footage of our people levitating and floating. This was a Sabian convention, okay, where the Sabians all got up, and these individuals, a lot of these people are tapped in. They really tapped in. They tapping back into their ancestral science, okay? Explain it a little bit deeper. You have what's called energy cortexes in your body. You know them as chakras, okay? When a cosmic energy hit, it's going to activate those particular chakras, and it's going to force you into what's called a Kundalini awakening, and then that Kundalini awakening is going to activate dormant DNA, unlocking different past memories, as well as different powers and things of that nature that you have, all right? This is why I tell you to pre-game and get ready with the Lion's Mane and get ready with things like Blue Lotus to access different transcendental states of consciousness, so you're not too overwhelmed when a cosmic energy hit. You can expedite the process now so your body can handle that type of Kundalini awakening. I tell you one thing, when we do activate, it's going to be hell to pay.
So that, I guess that means we should be getting prepared now, all right? So we'll be ready. But let me know, what superpower would you guys like to have? Telekinesis, telepath. I mean, I feel like we're gonna have all of them, but pick your favorite superpower in the comments, or what ability that you feel that you have right now. Put it in the comments.
A catfish crab? Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Now I know for a fact the Most High did not create this abominable creature. Like, what are we looking at? And it's either somebody genetically spliced this, or catfish is clapping crab cakes. We are definitely living in some strange times. Cause what I'm still trying to find out is, how did this catfish grow lobster claws? I now know somebody's gonna be in the comments talking about 2-for-1 catfish nuggets and lobster claws. Like, if I found something like this, I couldn't even release it back in nature. I would have to burn it crispy. Because I know nature has never created this abominational fish crab. Ever. I'm just saying, gang, what's really going on at the bottom of the ocean? We don't know. We don't know. But one thing that we do know is this is abnormal. Yeah. Now let me know what y'all think about this catfish crab in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube if y'all want the exclusive content. Hit that Gmail if y'all trying to do business. And I'm letting y'all know now, I do not want to see no 2-for-1 specials in the comments.
Catfish fish, man. I mean, crab. A crabfish. Really? I ain't never seen a catfish crabfish. What? How? How is that even possible? That gotta be like, I don't know what happened right there. That's crazy.
Blackness is not a color, it's a frequency. It's a God frequency. They know that you are God, my brother. What they call God. They know that's who you are. See, that's why even when this person, when they say name Jesus, what did he tell his disciples? The kingdom is within you. He's telling you God is within you. So you're looking for a place up in the sky that you're going to go to. No, God is within you. They're telling you about this devil. Who is devil? You ever seen one? No, you can be a devil and you can be a God. Because you decide. You're the one who determine if I do wrong or I do right. You are the duality that decides. Not a person standing on your right shoulder or your left shoulder. That is all a bunch of bullshit. Excuse my French. But what I'm saying to you is, we have to come into ourselves. Black.
Hey, he said it. He said it best, man. Take it.
Theory about Michael Jackson still being alive. Huh? There's this guy, right? His name is Dave.
Dave, okay.
Bro, I'm gonna show you a picture of him.
Okay.
People are saying he's Michael Jackson with facial reconstruction. So, as we know, Michael Jackson, he had like a vitiligo. And what happened was he was even part of a fire before where his face got burnt.
Yeah.
And then he had to get like plastic surgery.
Oh, shit.
Now, after Michael Jackson died, this guy came out. His name was Dave. And he said that he was friends with Michael Jackson. He was close to him.
Yeah.
Nobody knows where he came from. Now listen to Dave's voice. Listen to Dave's voice.
Free myself of his name and his legacy. I decided to become my own person.
Doc, that's his voice, man. It sounds like a Michael Jackson impression.
What do you call this? The high pitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Bro, the cadence, it just sounds just like him. If you were that famous and you wanted to escape something.
Oh, how would I do it?
That's exactly how I would do it. What the hell? There's a crazy theory about Michael Jackson.
They got a point though. He could just like fake his death. I don't know, man. So I think about that, but he did sound like Michael though. I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Buzz Aldrin admits we never went to the moon.
Let's look at the photo. You say that's me? Okay, check out the name badge. It says Aldrin. Looks like you're right. But notice the helmet. Can you see my face? No. This is a secret I've been keeping for almost half a century. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong and I pulled off humanity's first extraterrestrial prank.
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest? It didn't happen. It could have been scary.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen, so in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going. Money is a good thing. If you want to buy new things, new rockets, instead of keep doing the same thing over, then it's going to cost more money. And other things need more money too. So having achieved what the president wanted us to do, and then what thousands, millions of people in America, and millions of people around the world. You know, when we toured around the world after we came back, the most fascinating observation as we was signs that said we did it. Not just us, not just America, but we, the world, different countries. They felt like they were part of what we were able to do. And that made us feel very good.
By the way, this video is scripted and for entertainment purposes only. Stay weird.
Buzz.
I read him just say they didn't go to the moon. He just said all that, and I ain't get nothing from that. Like, I read him just said they didn't go to the moon, man, because they know they didn't.
Yeah.
If you notice,
we are now officially in the middle of the shift. And what's happening is the old world is pulling on the new world. And that effect that is going on up there trickles down here to the earth. So you have this spiritual battle that is taking place. At the same time, the physical world is being removed. You may notice recently that you keep losing items around the house, or your belongings just keep disappearing and reappearing. This is the new normal. A lot of us are falling back on our family and friends. Even couples that have been together for years, they are finally breaking up. This is because of the shift that is happening. It's all about your conscious and vibration now. You have a left path and a right path. Your left path will be those who are still stuck in the third dimension. They are still stuck in this material realm, and they cannot think outside the box. Some souls come here and get trapped in this prison, but your whole goal is to ascend. You must break this mental lock and go higher. Now the path on the right, these would be all your people who are trying to grow and are shifting. They are always trying to expand their knowledge. They don't have this big ego and think they know it all. They love to grow. Now you must remember, we are all energy. Energy is everything. We are just living a human experience. The energy within is more important than your meat suit. You must continue to grow mentally. It's you that carry the torch for your family. You carry the torch for younger generations. And you must make the ascension and become an ascended master. You have a choice. We all do. And you must learn yourself before you can learn anything else. Ashe. We are now officially in the middle of...
That's real though. Like, we really in the shift, man. We can feel it. I know everybody can feel it, man. Everything is just, you feel like something's about to happen. Something's coming.
There are beings walking this earth that are not human.
There are beings that is walking this earth and they are not human. I just came from Kroger's. I just got off of work. I went to go pick up a few items, y'all. I go to the bread aisle. Now the bread aisle is super long. I'm at one end of the bread aisle. There's a guy that's about 3/4 of the way down in the bread aisle. He got a cart, I got a cart. He's looking at me. And you know how you can see out your peripheral that somebody's staring at you. He ain't just looking, but he's staring at me. I kind of look his way. He's still staring. I go ahead and I get my bread. I go back around the other way because I'm going to the international aisle to get some pasta and some other stuff. While I'm in the international aisle at one end, this guy comes around and he's at the top of the same aisle. I see him still looking at me. Now, mind you, there's a couple of things that I need to get out of that aisle. So the first part of the aisle, I grab what I need to grab and I go about midways down. He's at the other end. So he's staring at me still. So I kind of look at him and I go like, how do you give somebody that type look? He's still staring. So I'm looking for what I'm looking for. I can't really find it because he's throwing me off because he keeps staring. Mind you, this man don't have nothing in his cart. He's not even turned to look at any food. He's looking directly at me. By this time, I'm like, you know what? I'm not on it. I'm about to just stare you down. So I turn to look at him. Y'all, when I tell you, this man stared at me and his eyes turned black. Everything in his whole eyeball, not just the pupil, but the white part, turned completely black. He looked, it said black, and then he walked away. When I tell you I left that car sitting in that aisle, I didn't even buy nothing from Kroger's. I left out and I came home. There is stuff, there is beings that is walking in this earth, and they at the store, they at whatever, they look like us and everything else, but they are not human. I don't even know what to say.
Let me know if y'all ever experienced that, man. Like you seen some strange stuff, like when you was like out shopping, you know. Have y'all ever experienced something like this? Let me know in the comments, man. I would like to know.
That's why Michael Jackson was killed, because he was gonna go on a world tour talking about they don't really care about him, right? Singing all his classic songs that was always against them. Michael Jackson was always against him. The Villa Lago shit was lies. They injected him with a disease, and then they slaughtered his image. They tried to kill Michael Jackson in 1984 when they set his fucking hair on fire at the fucking Pepsi commercial. People forget that. That was an assassination attempt. It didn't work. So what they did, they killed his image. Michael Jackson spent the rest of his life being looked at as somebody that's trying to be white because they injected him with the disease, and that he was this pedophile / rapist. That's how we looked at Mike all the way till he left this motherfucker. Destroyed his whole legacy. It wasn't until he left that people remember, like, oh, that's Mike and what he did. And then went back and listened to what he was thinking about and what he was trying to say and why they attacked him like that. Because we wasn't as woke as we are today. Stay with me. That's
true. See, you know, people don't really look at people for like what they was saying, like what they was trying to like tell us, man. You know, they just listen to the media and what the media got to say, and they was destroying his own image, like he said. That's what they do, though. They always do that.
Have they ever approached you and said you have to promote Satanism?
Somewhat, but I always deny that shit, man. Because
what was the conversation like?
It was weird, bro. I didn't want to speak about it. I don't want them people to come for me.
Have they ever approached you and said you have to promote Satanism? Ever approached you and said you have to promote Satanism?
Somewhat, but I always deny that shit, man. Because
what was the conversation like?
It was weird, bro. I didn't want to speak about it. I don't want them people to come for me, but I just deny that shit, bro. They actually had one of my videos that I did. It was a song with me and Murda.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Cause you know how sometimes labels make you do music videos and they just like write treatment, whatever.
Right.
So I just did it, and it was like, I guess it looks satanic, but I'm like, I didn't even know what I was doing. I just did it because, you know.
They directed it.
Yo, don't directed it, but
chill. You see this guy?
Oh, okay, yeah. The sweater was in here the whole time.
He's got the hoodie on him, bro. Like,
it always happens.
guy, bro. Don't I care about your safety, even though I just met you, bro. So don't even talk about that.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah, bro. You trying to get him killed, dude?
No,
yeah,
he's not gonna talk
yeah, no, you're good, bro. He didn't mean any of that shit. Skip. Tell him we were trying to get clips.
Yeah.
Just have an honest conversation. Set him up. I'm just trying to set him up. He said he believes in God. He's already against that.
Yeah. Nah, but people just try to make a scenario about that video, but I'm like, bro, you guys are dumb.
Have they ever approached you and said you have to promote Satanism?
See, this is how you know, like most of these rappers and famous people be puppets. He just told us basically, he's a puppet. He know it. He's just doing it for the money, for real. Sad, man. All right, real quick before we finish this, let me know if you guys do like this style that I'm doing right now. Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Come on, and subscribe. We'll post notifications on. All right, let's get back into the video.
You got people astral projecting, don't know what the hell is going on. You got psychic kids. You got the government abducting psychic kids and putting them in the CIA and making them find criminals. You got all these kinetic abilities. Motherfuckers is thinking they going crazy. But what's happening is you getting your powers back. It's like X-Men. You just waking up. And matter of fact, actually the movie X-Men is synonymous with the melanated being coming back into their power, because if you look at the majority of X-Men, they're who? Teenagers. They're teenagers. They're youth. And they don't know what's happening to them. They just know one day I woke up and I lifted some shit up. Now this sounds crazy to someone who is not past a certain chakra frequency. So what we have to understand is, in taking it back to Kemet, the Greeks, who were students of our ancestors, quoted in their own history and documents that If you read the Stolen Legacy book, I can't get the exact page, but it's quoted in there by George James that a Greek philosopher stated, the Kemetic priests seem to have what is known as supernatural powers. They were able to manipulate the elements at will. So now this comes back into at this time. As you can see, Kemet civilizations like Sumeria were 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 years old, going back into when we started moving out of that celestial continuum that gave us that power, that vibration. So our ancestors still retained some of that ability. So now when you look at the black or the melanated being today and you say, well, why you can't do what your ancestors did? Because they had a little more juice than me back then. But now I'm getting that juice back and you about to see the ancestor. You got people astral projecting, don't know what the hell is going on.
It's real though, because we are our ancestors, right? Even though they passed away, their energy is still here on the planet. So we are a part of them, for sure.
Walnut meat nachos, walnut meat nachos. Would y'all believe me if I told y'all these walnut meat nachos took just 25 to 30 minutes to cook? So, because I knew I was going to be eating these for dinner, I had them soaking since the morning. I made sure I blended them really good, you know, so that I have minimal to no crunch. On this channel, I always talk about how I stay far away from the vegan processed meats and I just make my own.
Put some taco seasoning on it. Man, I need that. I need that. Ground walnut nachos. I need some of that, man.
Substitutes from scratch. It's really the best way to go. That other stuff is not good for you. If you need bomb recipes, you can find my cookbook in the link in my bio. So I'm using this walnut meat for a substitute for ground beef. It definitely looks similar and it tastes really good, especially if you season it correctly. So for the walnut meat, all I added was taco seasoning and water because the cashew queso cheese will have plenty of flavor, so I didn't want to do too much. The cashew queso is super simple, so let me know if you want a video on how I made mine. It's super quick and easy.
You can't tell me that don't look like no ground beef or like some ground turkey or something. She did her thing.
I like to add onions, peppers, and jalapenos to mine for some little extra razzle dazzle. Vegan dinner doesn't need to be hard, okay? Bye. Would y'all believe?
I gotta check out some more videos. I know she got some more. Hold on, y'all.
Let's make some jackfruit queso nachos. So first I want to talk about how to make jackfruit properly because a lot of people talk about how it's briny. It still has the briny taste after they cook it. So first things first, you have to drain.
It's jackfruit. What is that?
And rinse it several times. Once you do that, you want to make sure you're chopping it into tiny pieces. And when you're cooking it in your skillet with oil, you want to make sure you're trying to cook all of that water out of that jackfruit. So you kind of want it to look dry. Then you're going to add your seasonings. Here I just added taco seasoning and then I added a little bit of water just to be able to mix those seasonings up. And this is what I came up with. So now we're going to get into the cashew queso. So I just chopped me some red bell peppers and some jalapenos. Then I added me some nutritional yeast, some taco seasoning, and some boiling water. And then I mixed it, and I don't have measurements. Maybe I can come up with some measurements. And then I added my bell peppers and my jalapenos. And y'all, the sauce, the cashew cheese sauce, was so very good. I used me some regular tortillas and I just baked them just to, you know, get them a little bit crispy. I didn't have any chips, but yeah, I plated it, and y'all, this is how it turned out.
Yep, and guess what? You can fry them tortillas. Yep, fry them. There go your chips right there. I'll be doing it all the time with my beans, so I know. But I'm gonna have to start making me some meals like this, man. For real. I like this. This is good. Now this is crazy. How do this look like Michael Jackson right here? Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Oh man. What? How? That's crazy.
Mistake. We all may look I even made a mistake. We all may look the same from different places all around the world. When them colonizers came on their boats, they did not care what tribe you were from, what land. They looked at all of us like we were just black. I was operating in a mind state of affliction that what happened to my ancestors and push it in on other people. Yes, I do believe we all need to come together, but legally, we can't take someone's nation away from them. And there are people who look like us who do disrespect us because of our ancestors.
That's slave food. I don't do that, babe. I'm not a slave. I was never a slave. I don't know how slaves cook. I don't know how slaves cook. I was never a slave. I know where my grandfather came from, my great-grandfather, and where all their ass came from.
They don't like to be in the same category as us because we're not recognized legally. They don't want no parts of that. And even this whole argument about who are the real Egyptians, who built the pyramid.
This is what the ancient Egyptians would actually look like. Dark-skinned, olive-toned, like myself.
Now, even though I do not agree with him, legally, they are labeled Egyptian because they were born in Egypt. And I'm stretching that as far as I can, legally. Now, there are racist cops who would categorize us as black, even though we're from different parts of the world, because we all look the same. Just like your job is a corporation, you get an employee ID number to recognize you. The United States is a corporation, and you will get your employee ID number. There are two forms of the United States, and they label us differently as a people. They got all of these play on words like public policy, public law, commercial law, common law. Do you honestly think that they don't have a play on words with these labels that they are giving us? I be wondering how there are people who don't even have to pay taxes. Many think that income taxes and some laws do not affect people, that they are outside of the control and the jurisdiction of the United States corporation. But we are caught by color because these words are statuses. White is a status, not a complexion. Black is a status, not a complexion. This is all just a colored caste system. Colors are not identities. Black is not a geographical landmass. You can't say that we're not called black, we're called African American. 1986, Congress passed a public law for Black History Month. You have black entertainment television. You have governmental officials and robotic presidents who are calling us black.
And if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Now I know from us, we like to take the power back from things that try to oppress us, like creating the Black Panther Party, which was much needed. Just like the N-word was taken as an offensive and abusive term, which our people now use, even though it does mean slave. We say it to each other like it's regular. Now that you're over here on YouTube, let's get into it deeper. I'ma say do your own research and start looking into the Noah Webster Dictionary of 1828. Look at the Black's Law Dictionary of 1856. They made these at the time as we were slaves where we couldn't read, so they aired all of their secrets out. I even made a mistake. We all may look the same from different places all around.
Man, Real Kid be dropping some gems and knowledge on you for real, man. Shout out to Real Kid, man. For real. She know how to talk, for real. And get her point across, right? But yeah, man, that's true, though.
This movie just came out, and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw John Cena on the cover of it. I think we all know what's going on here, and thank you to Cat Williams, who's made it to the very top of the industry. This is starting to become very obvious nowadays. I mean, we have John Cena here in a skirt, a bra, pigtails, and little fishnet tights, whatever you call them. And I don't know what this movie is about. I'm not trying to find out. But for those of you out there who think this has no meaning, you got to listen to what Cat Williams has been saying for years now. The humiliation ritual is very real. The money and opportunities are extremely massive when you put on a skirt, and it is only becoming more normal now. This movie just came out, and I couldn't believe
the things people would do for money, man. That's crazy. John Cena used to be my boy, man. Why? That's crazy. I should be happy. Go home, watch a WWE. John Cena. Can't see me like, come on, man. That's crazy.
Kanye is thinking about running. But in case Kanye is serious about this whole POTUS thing, or as he calls it, PZ, I do have advice for him. First of all, you've got to spend a lot of time dealing with some strange characters who behave like they're on a reality TV show. Love you too. Kanye is thinking about running. But in case Kanye is serious about this whole POTUS thing, or as he calls it, peasy, I do have advice for him. First of all, you've got to spend a lot of time dealing with some strange characters who behave like they're on a reality TV show.
You know, Obama know.
Love you too.
Americans, but we are Americans. But what is still true is that there's still kind of a reptilian side of our brain, right?
What do you mean by that? I feel like, how do y'all feel? Y'all feel like he's a reptile? I feel like all them presidents is like probably either dead, definitely puppets, right? They're definitely puppets, right? They're dead robots or they reptilians, something like that.
Get into Obama. Alright, let's get into Obama. So I'm gonna show you something. And when I show it to you, I bet you everyone's gonna be like, that's fake, that's CGI, that's AI. But I'll prove to you right afterward that's not.
Face common enemies. Iran's leaders know that too. You know, for them, you're the great Satan, we're the little Satan. For them, we are you, and you're us. And you know something, Mr. President? At least on this last point, I think they're right.
And of course everyone's gonna say, oh, that's CGI or that's AI. This is the government archives. It says down here, Iran's leader know that too. For them, you're great Satan. We're the little Satan. It's odd. Now, people have been saying that Barack Obama's name means fall from lightning. That's not exactly what it means. Let me show you. Barack does mean lightning, as you can see right here. Then his last name in Hebrew, Bama, meaning to be high. In Hebrew is read backwards, so it'd be high place like lightning. So basically saying Barack Obama is like a high principality, like a high power. Now let's get into that for a second. While it does hold some similarities as Luke 10:18, but it's a little bit different. It's saying that he's a high principality. He's definitely a high principality. He was a pharaoh in ancient times, and he's still walking and breathing. These things aren't fully human. He has the royal bloodline. He was worshipped way back then, just as he's worshipped right now. And do y'all remember when that Bible show came out, and they literally depicted Satan as Barack Obama? Like, this is real. This was on TV. And then, of course, in Daniel 9, it talks about how the Antichrist, this king that self-exalts himself, is not going to be interested in women. First, Michael. But even further than Michael, guess what? Did you see the interview with Tucker Carlson? Guess what? There is this old man who had an affair with Obama before he got into office. He also said it wasn't his first time. So I don't know, very compelling evidence. He could just be a high principality, as they all are, or he could be the Antichrist. We know that he's running the Biden administration. They've had a bunch of fraudulent slips that show that he is in fact the one in charge of it. But Trump as well could be the Antichrist. There's many people right now who are looking really suspect. Oh, and look how he signs his name. I'm not saying nothing if you can't figure it out. Alright, let's get into Obama.
I don't know, man. I just really feel like all of them is anti-Christ, to be honest. They all working together. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that, man.
They truly fear this ascension process, okay? I'm gonna keep it 100. This is the moment that the delete's been dreading. If you really think about it, everything they have been doing have been solely to keep you embedded in the illusion. They don't want you to know that you are a god or a goddess. They want you to believe that you have to look outside yourself to have connection to the divine source. They want us completely disconnected from ourselves. They don't really want us to go inward or tap in with nature. This is why John D. Rockefeller created the concept of school. He said, I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers. The ages 1 through 7 is the most impressionable years and a time where you're most prone to brainwashing and manipulation. Figured that if they can keep you in the school system for 8 hours a day and take your attention, then they can basically determine what you think about and facilitate your thought process and your actions. And this is why there's also such an attack on the pineal gland, because their objective is to keep you deeply rooted in the matrix, and they don't want you to have the ability of seeing beyond the veil. You really think about it, the pineal gland is the most attacked part of the human avatar. They attack your pineal gland through chemtrails, genetically modified organisms, fluoride. The water is filled with pollutants and different toxins directly targeted at the pineal gland. Their whole objective this whole time has been to blind that pineal gland, to calcify it as much as possible. Not only do they use different toxins, they use things like EMF waves and blue light radiation. This is why I stress the importance of getting things like ginkgo biloba, lion's mane mushroom, for regeneration of damaged brain cells. If everybody open a third eye and really pay attention and take heed to the message that I'm spreading, the frequency on the planet will substantially increase and you will be able to see through the veil way clearer, okay? Their objective this whole time has been to hinder that cosmic gateway. We are in an age of awakening, okay? The age of believing is over. It's time to fully decalcify that pineal gland and really see clearly through the veil and know what the hell is going on. One of the first parts of ascension and actually developing and knowing who you really are is realizing and stepping outside your ego and knowing that you got to better yourself. If your pineal gland is calcified, it's not your fault. We've been attacked consistently. So when I say open your third eye, that doesn't mean that you don't have knowledge of self or anything like that. So a lot of people go into it with ego and they assume that doesn't mean open your third eye doesn't mean you could be the most knowledgeable person but have tons of calcium deposits on your pineal gland, okay, from the food you may be eating, from the air you breathe in. Again, they spray chemtrails, aluminum and barium. Aluminum is a byproduct of fluoride. So once you go outside and you breathe in that prana energy, unfortunately, it's contaminated. So what happens at that particular point in time is that those air particles dissipate and it creates a film of fluoride on that pineal gland, all right? A lot of people didn't know that in the past. We're in an age of knowing now. So it's about knowing these deletes attacks and knowing how to basically combat them. All high quality herbs, ginkgo biloba, lion's mane mushroom for decalcification of the pineal gland, mugwort, blue lotus for astral projection and lucid dreaming. Click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies for Ascension. They truly fear.
That's crazy though. Like they try all this stuff. They try to spray the sky, put stuff in the food. They do that, but some people still be breaking through these light code lockdown. Some people still be breaking through it. All we gotta do is fast. I don't know why my phone just took a screenshot. My bad. But yeah.
So your soul is all when they getting you to donate your energy. Remember, it's a frequency war, and it's all about life force, and it's all about seeping from your aura. You have a soul, so your soul is always glowing. It never stops, even though they try to cloud it with emotions. It never stops. All right. So you are forever pumping out life force into your aura, that's your magnetic field around you, which is your aura. This is why crystals help charge up your aura. But the key to it, family, is to strengthen your aura. I keep telling y'all that you have to strengthen the aura. You can strengthen your aura to a point where a bullet can't even penetrate you, can't even hit you, because it's going to hit that aura field and it just drop. That's how strong you can strengthen your aura to. You can strengthen your aura so strong that motherfuckers won't even better come around you within a certain radius. All right? And if you think that's a lie, go look up frequency technology where the military uses these weapons, like 5G towers, or if y'all want to call them that, where they can turn up the frequency on it, and it'll make people's skin feel like it's burning. They can look. Frequency weapons work like this. The military can pull up with a weapon and point it at a crowd of people, fire those frequencies into the crowd, and people in that crowd are dispersed because they can start feeling like their skin on fire, it's burning, it's peeling, they start itching, the whole nine. All right, so they do the same thing on a bigger level. You know what I'm saying? And a ritual, you donate in your energy to this satanic, false pagan god. All right, and the Celtics, you should already know who the Celtics were. The Celtics were some of the most evilest motherfuckers to ever walk the planet. All right, and whether you call them Celtics, Puritans, Pilgrims, Knights Templar, Christian Crusades, whatever shit you want to call them, these are all human beings. Or shapeshifters, same motherfuckers, or Pleiadians. So, understand that the celebration of St. Patrick was also a sorcerer. Now, St. Valentine was not a sorcerer, all right, but St. Patrick was an actual sorcerer. This means he was into practicing magic. So this is why on St. Patrick's Day they like to use the color green, all right, because green does what? It's the heart chakra, all right. So anytime you're dealing with the heart chakra, you're dealing with the love vibration. All right. If you go watch an old video I did about bees, I was exposing bees to you and what bees are.
Bees vibrate at the love frequency. Let me refresh in y'all mind, class, because that was like 50 videos ago. Okay, so with bees, for example, when they buzzing, what you hearing is literally their vibration. All right. So when you hear the bees buzzing, that's their vibration you hearing. When they getting you to donate.
Yeah, bees are powerful. Shout out Jamal, always dropping some good knowledge, man. Free that brother, man. For real. That's tough. Alright, y'all, good people, man. That is going to do it for today's video. I appreciate you guys staying with me and watching the videos with me. From now on, I'm going to use my phone for clips and stuff like that, but I'm still going to use the PC. But I appreciate you guys stopping by, like the video, all that good stuff. So sending peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.